Hello and welcome to the Titus Timeout podcast. I'm Jenny Abney-Civey, and today I'm going to answer the question, will an underfloor diffuser blow a skirt up in the air like that famous Marilyn Monroe picture? We were actually asked this question this week, and although we know from experience that this won't happen, it comes up quite a lot when we discuss underfloor air distribution with people who aren't familiar with the system. So we did a little math. Strangely, I found a study called A Numerical Simulation of Train-Induced Unsteady Airflow in a Tunnel of a Seoul Subway that has simulated the air velocities in the tunnel and the tunnel vents. So if you remember from the Marilyn Monroe picture, she was standing on a tunnel vent in her famous white dress. So let's draw her in here. And if you remember, as the train passed by, it blew her skirt up in the air, and that's when they took the famous picture. So the study was as close as I could come to finding any data on how much airflow was going through the tunnel at the time when the picture was taken. And their data said that the velocity peaked when the train got close to the edge of the tunnel vent at about 16.5 meters per second, and that converts to 3,248 feet per minute. So I think we can all see that an underfloor diffuser isn't blowing at 3,248 feet per minute, and how that would blow her skirt up for the picture. But now let's look at something that may be a little more realistic, like an oscillating fan. So now let's say she's standing in front of this fan and it's rotating like this. And many of us have stood in front of fans, and we know that it will blow your skirt and your clothing and your hair. She may be a little miffed that her hair's getting messed up, but this is her standing in front of an oscillating fan. So looking at some specs of your everyday oscillating floor fan, I found a 16-inch oscillating fan that could do 1710 CFM. So now let's look at what velocity that is. If you remember from a previous podcast, velocity equals CFM divided by area. So in this case, it's 1710 CFM divided by the area, which is 8 squared times pi. You divide that by 144 to get us in feet, and you get 1,224 feet per minute is what is blowing on you if this fan is on maximum. You could see how 1,224 feet per minute would blow a skirt around or maybe even up. So now let's look at an underfloor diffuser. Let's draw in our underfloor diffuser and have her standing on top of it again. So let's see what happens. Our TAFR underfloor diffuser has a face velocity of about 200 feet per minute. And then about 1 foot above the face, it's slowed down to 100 feet per minute. And then about 18 inches above the face, it's 50 feet per minute above the center of the face where she's standing right now. So I think we're safe to say that at even 200 feet per minute, but definitely at 50 feet per minute, her skirt is not going to blow up. And so this is why Marilyn Monroe did not stand on top of an underfloor diffuser in her famous picture. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for taking the time out with us.